Hey everyone, in this video, it's 3 dying people talk about death. So, yeah, let's just check this out. I haven't seen this.
Right. I'm not scared about dying. I'm scared about leaving my family. The idea of not being there for my son when he needs me, or being there for my wife,
He's got Parkinson's.
that's what scares me. I'm Brian Hill.
My name is Layla.
JJ Singleton.
JJ, how old are you?
I'm 34.
Do you know why you're here today, what we're talking about?
We're going to talk about death and having a chronic condition that limits my life.
Just kind of out of nowhere, my kidneys failed and ended up in the hospital with end-stage renal disease.
6 years ago, I was diagnosed with a colon cancer, and a year later, it came back and spread throughout my body, and they told me it was a terminal diagnosis and incurable.
Are you dying?
Yes.
I would say yes.
So Parkinson's, it doesn't kill you, but the symptoms of it can lead to earlier death.
When did you first find out?
I was at 27 years old. I was going to college and started losing my vision, going blind, and that's when I ended up in the hospital. And by that point, I had about 5% function left in my kidneys, and then was really, really lucky and had a transplant, and was doing really well, and then unfortunately started rejecting.
I continue to fight, get chemo treatments,
But why get the chemo treatment?
because I'm not ready to die yet. There's a lot left to do, and a lot of people I believe I can help.
When you first found out that you had Parkinson's, how did it feel in that moment?
It's a heavy question. I think leading up to my diagnosis, I knew I had Parkinson's. My mom had it, and the moment I was diagnosed, it was almost a relief. As weird as that sounds, knowing what's going on with your body is better than not knowing.
I was losing an extreme amount of weight. I couldn't use the bathroom. And then at the end, my skin was turning gray is when my mom made me go to the doctor.
When you found out, were you angry?
It's like a sense of desperation, or it was kind of just like a freeze, you know. It was that disassociation of like, how could this be happening to me? I'm young, I'm supposed to have my whole life ahead of me, and you know, if I didn't go into the hospital, I think when I did, I may have not lasted more than like another week.
There are times where I'm very angry, and that anger it's terrifying.
The whole world loves Beetlejuice.
It's so terrifying. I push it away.
Is that good to push it away?
No, it's not. And as you can see, as we're talking, I'm becoming more dyskinetic because that stress from the anger is coming up.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's good. It's good.
Do you feel like you're dying?
Some days I really do. Like, some days my body feels like it's just rejecting and falling apart. That's the days where I really feel like it's still controlling my life and don't have that much time left.
My body is working really, really hard just to keep up with the normalcy of what life is.
What does it feel like?
Closest way I can describe it as the worst your body's ever felt after like a physical activity. Mix it with having the worst flu you've ever had, and that's just the very tip of the iceberg.
Dude, it feels like shit. So, like if you work out real hard and the next day you wake up and you're achy, it's like that times almost 100.
Over the last 7 years, I've had many bouts of wanting to give up. At one point, I was very close to calling it quits and just committing suicide. And luckily, I had some very good friends that helped me see that I do have a purpose. But even still, with family and friends helping me, there's days where it's like, don't know if this life is worth it sometimes.
Do Do you feel like you live your life differently now?
Yes. I do not take things for granted. I try to live in the moment.
I try to look at it as a blessing and knowing that I was given a lens to look in through different than most.
I don't take the little things for granted, like such as getting up to pick up my son. Those moments when I'm able to do that, I appreciate them so much more.
Has it affected your sex life?
When I was on dialysis, it did, because your kidneys are kind of part of your sexual chi. I'd say now it hasn't at all. And I tell them, that I'm immunosuppressed and that, we just need to be really careful. I make sure that they get tested.
How has cancer affected your sex life?
Very, very much so. Like, is virtually non-existent. So there's stages where it's just like, it don't enter my mind at all for weeks.
It takes a little bit more thought process, like, hey, we're going to do it in an hour, take your medication.
Which makes it so romantic.
Oh yeah, like, hey baby, I just took my pill. Half hour, it's go time.
Are you scared?
Not anymore. I was when I was diagnosed, but I've came to terms with it. Whenever it happens, it's gonna happen.
Are you scared of dying?
I'm not scared about dying. I'm scared about leaving my family. The idea of not being there for my son when he needs me, or being there for my wife, that's what scares me.
Suffering, no one wants to suffer.
Have you done everything that you wanted to do?
No. Like, I'm not afraid to die, but I still want to travel. I want to impact more people in the cancer community with my story. I want to help better people's lives, really.
No, I haven't done everything I wanted to. I want to raise my son. I want to watch him grow up. I want to be there for my wife. And to know that there may come a time where I can't show up for my family. Those are the moments where I think I worry about dying early.
What do you think it will feel like?
I hope it's painless. I hope it's, kind of slipping into the void.
It's going to feel like an escape.
Is that a good feeling?
I think it will be.
The way this condition works, eventually I will lose control of my body. And I will be a prisoner in my body. So I think that time when I do die, I will feel like I'm being set free from a body that had failed me.
When you pass, what are the plans?
No, I like the idea of doing like an end of life party. And I've told, I've always been very open about what my wishes are when I die. I want to be cremated and made into a tree.
Have you made plans?
They will definitely involve being cremated and some kind of big, dramatic, goofy gesture.
Who's not invited?
If you have an opinion of me where I've made an impact in your life, good or bad, you're more than welcome, because by that point, I'm not going to hold anything against you.
What asshole's going to be happy you're dead?
I don't think anyone. And I don't know if that's me being just hopefully not full of myself.
Oh man, who's gonna be happy I'm dead? Probably someone who's just looking to take my spot and be with my wife.
Do you think about that?
Not until now.
I'm sorry.
I don't know. I don't have people that would just be like, I hate him. I'm glad he's dead. But if there is out there, at least I'll make his day.
What's one thing you're going to miss when you're done?
Just sensation, right? We get to eat and feel and hug and have these emotions that are so moving, and that's all going to be gone when you're no longer here.
People. Just the experiences that you have with different people, that's one of the best feelings that you could ever have. Just randomly somebody comes into your life, changes it, and makes you truly feel like you're special and they're special.
What are you going to miss the most when you're gone?
I'm gonna miss sex, that's for damn sure. No, in seriousness, I'm gonna miss living. I think it's something that we take for granted, and with Parkinson's, little aspects of living are taken away from me as the disease progresses. So I think in a way, this sounds horrible, but in a way I'm kind of dying slowly. I've never put it in that language. But when I do, it sounds awful.
I started with, "Are you dying?" And you said no,
Yeah.
but then you said,
I don't know if I'm not dying, I'm just losing my ability to live. Yeah, take advantage of it. Life isn't guaranteed to any of us. Yeah. Thanks for giving me that perspective.
Well, yeah. It's been said over and over. But, I don't think a lot of people listen. And I've been guilty of that myself too, but, life is short. Don't take life for granted. I've been guilty of that many times. I've gotten angry over the littlest things. Not over as like some people who get upset over it. They break their phone and get angry. But they go to a drive-thru and someone gets their order messed up and they get so angry. It's like, yeah, I don't do that. But anyways, it's just, until you're put in that situation where you're forced to accept the fact that you're dying, no one will ever know what life truly means, how important it is to be grateful that we're alive and we have the ability to do things we like, even the smallest things. Like if you like pizza, eating a piece of pizza. If you like French fries, eating just one French fry. If you like listening to your favorite song, just listening to like 20 seconds of that song. I don't think none of us will ever be able to truly experience how great life is until we're put in that position of knowing that you're dying. And then you just think it hits you. Maybe slowly over time just start thinking about all the littlest things as major things, like eating a French fry. Peace, everyone. Love you all.